Welcome to a Magic the Gathering video with November Lima. Playing a little bit different format, jumping onto some historic just for a change of pace. Before I go over the list, which I will not do in depth because it's not my list, I might have made some tweaks to it over time as I play with this sometimes. But originally not my list, and you see a lot of Elves lists looking very similar. So we're playing historic Elves, obviously. But first off, something that really helps me keep motivated and really helps me keep making content for you guys is if you would like and subscribe to the video. So if you don't want to subscribe to the channel because you already subscribed to so many and you can only handle so many videos in your feed, at least leave a comment or share it on your feed with some friends. That way I get the views that keep me going. I don't really care. I don't think my channel will ever monetize. That's not my goal. That's not what I'm trying to accomplish. But I do get a lot of motivation out of knowing that people are viewing and enjoying my videos. So help me out, like, subscribe, comment, and let's dive into some historic. So real quick, we've got our mana rocks, our little mana dorks here in Jaspera Sentinel and Llanowar Elves. Allosaurus Shepherd as a 1-drop. It's good to play early against counter matchups, but this is mainly for later if you can activate that 6-mana ability to really pump all your elves. Really, really good. Some card draw. This is just to flood the board with elf warriors. Also able to get that 7-mana ability. That sounds like a lot, but in elves it's really not because you get a bunch of mana from a bunch of different creatures. Elvish Chancellor is one of those creatures that just pumps all your elves. Finale of Devastation is another great bomb to finish the game with if you have a lot of mana available. Fierce Empath is to be able to find your Craterhoof Behemoth, which also is a finisher. Realmwalker to help find some elves. Elvish Archdruid, it's probably one of the better mentors as it gives all your stuff +1/+1, but also is a mana dork equal to each creature on the board. On your side, that is, because you have elves. Circle of Dreams Druid is the newest addition from Adventures of the Forgotten Realms, and is also great for mana. This has replaced, I forgot her name, there's this Elvish legendary creature that was being played. I think a lot of people really like having the extra mana, and so do I. And then Collected Company, because all of our creatures outside of the Behemoth are 3 mana or less, so this is a great way to fill up our board even more. We only run 20 mana, with Lair of the Hydra being one of them, to be able to apply some extra pressure if needed. 20 doesn't sound like a lot, but again, we have a lot of extra mana available to us. So that's the list, real quick, short and sweet. I'm going to dive into some best of one only, because honestly right now that is just more fun to me. I am looking forward to some best of 3 games whenever it becomes the new standard. But right now, I know there's a lot of different hate cards in historic and in the regular standard that I just don't necessarily like playing against. So let's just dive into some games with this list. We are playing against Scarlet Angel. Let's do this. 1 mana is pretty painful, but I can play the Jaspera Sentinel into Allosaurus to Elvish Visionary. Opponent goes first, so I might draw a land. This is a shady keep, but I'm going to do it. Now, if they shoot down my Jaspera Sentinel, it's going to be bad news bears. Which they might very well do. There's something to say to mulligan this, but if I can get to 2 mana, this is actually a pretty solid hand because I get to draw cards. Play the Elvish Warmaster if I want to. Collected Company. Now we just gotta hope that Jaspera Sentinel survives. Okay, so this is the Tibalt's Trickery. We'll still play that. And they whiffed. Isn't that unfortunate? Yeah, Stone Cold Serpent for 0. Good job. I hope that was their only Tibalt's Trickery in hand, because that would just be hilarious. Let's go ahead and taunt a little bit. Typically I don't taunt, but this is just a silly deck. I still don't get why people still play this. It's like 50-50 at best. we go. They will probably not have removal now. That's fantastic. We'll be able to play this, and then we're going to go ahead and... I think I want to go for this so that way I have a good amount of mana. Now, if this survives, I'll be in really good shape. There we go. Alright, so now I can play this. Should play the Elvish Warmaster first. That was a mistake. I think we'll still go ahead and do it. They're not going to have a sweeper anytime soon. Yep, there we go. Don't play Tibalt's Trickery, people. It's not worth it. Alright, game number 2 against Hosigomi. 2 Rakdos face off. Opponent goes first, so I'm on the play or on the draw again, which is fine. Not a big deal. Hopefully we are. It looks like with blue we might be playing against an actual deck. Not Tibalt Trickery roulette nonsense. I can see why people enjoyed it in the beginning. It was one of those decks where it's like, oh my gosh, you can actually get a Coma out by turn 2, or Cure a Besticod, or especially if you hit the Temur Genesis. That was just good stuff. But at some point, I think it was pretty obvious that it was a 50% deck at best. At that point, it's just not worth it. So I was able to resolve the Elvish Warmaster, which is pretty insane. Didn't expect that. So this is just going to be some mono blue shenanigans. Okay, so there's the Tempest Djinn. So I'll be able to resolve whatever I play. That's kind of nice. I am probably going to go with this to swell this up, maybe? Then I'll have more mana next turn. I think that's really the only play here. Attacking is pointless as of right now. Okay. Do have a lot of mana right now, so that's pretty sweet. So here we have 7 mana available. So I can activate that, which is pretty sweet. So 7 plus 6, not bad. So I think we're going to make the board a little bit more swole here if we can. Let's see if we go ahead and do this. See what happens. Probably have some flashy stuff, which is fine. I think now I play this, and that way I have Collected Company still open. It's not a land. Let's go ahead and just swing. Okay. Oh, we're going to counter that. Okay. Yeah, we knew it was coming. That's okay, though. That is not the end of the world. The only downside is that now it can trade with something if they would want to. Yep, that's a smart move. Another 6 in the air. We can go ahead and block this. I don't know if they realized that that had reach. Probably not. Probably an oversight. Let's go ahead and draw something. Do like that. Quite a bit. Now, if this resolves, I'm in really good shape. Which it can be countered, so there's that. So I can go ahead and activate this. For a load of damage. Woo! Still gonna take a lot of damage. And actually, they made a mistake. They sent the wrong one back. Yeah, and they realize it now. Otherwise, they had lethal next turn. That is... yeah, that's unfortunate. They should have sent back one of these, because then this would have been tapped. I couldn't have blocked. They would have won the game, so they made a really bad error there. So they're going to look for something to get rid of the Jaspera Sentinel. Bottomed. Did they find it? They did not. Oh my goodness. That's a painful mistake. I feel that for you, opponent. Playing against a Devereaux. And I get to play first against a Lurus deck. And this is actually not a bad hand. So we'll go ahead and keep. What I find funny about playing Elves, or interesting about playing Elves, so my playstyle is typically very much like removal creature, so kind of working that mid-rangey stuff. But this is very much, you just flood the board and attack, which is interesting. That's not something that I'm used to playing, really. Wonder if this is just mono white. Okay. I guess it was too much on turn 2 for him. Enzo 750. So far, I mean, the mono blue deck was kind of painful. That I should have lost, but my opponent made a mistake, which we all do. That's why we're not the pros. This is definitely a mulligan. That's a keep. Probably get rid of that. So I want to draw that later in the game. Ooh, Elves versus Elves. Let's see who has the stronger Elves deck. Or better draws, really. 2 Allosaurus. Goodness. Nope, I'm not trading my ramp. So let's go and do this. Play one of you. And then go and do this. That's unfortunate. Let's draw. This is just who gets to go bigger first. Okay, so I have mana to do that. That's pretty sweet. Who gets to their bomb first? They have 6 mana available right now. I have more. Ah, they played a Golgari version. Or Thoughtseize. Are they going to start attacking? In their position, I might. That's unfortunate. So I can play Jaspera Sentinel for free because of the Elvish Archdruid. Go and do another one. Well, no, let's not. Because I want to be able to... oh, put it on the battlefield and shuffle. Okay, cool. As well. Go and activate this. Sweet. And I think I'm going to start attacking. I might as well. Hold our blocks are awkward. We're going to let it go through. Curious. Well, I guess they can activate Allosaurus. Ouch. And that attack might have not been the best attack. I feel like with elves against elves, you need to attack once you have lethal. So I might get a really painful Allosaurus coming through. I might have just thrown this game. So I feel like if they just activate their Allosaurus, they will get through for lethal because I can only block 3 creatures and they only need 4 to get through. I wonder if they see that. I feel like they are thinking long and hard enough to realize it. There's the Jaspera Sentinel, which is fine. That's a free cast with the Archdruid. They must realize that they have lethal, right? They do not? Oh my goodness. I am so confused. Okay. I am not going to complain, though. Go and activate this. Okay. Now I don't have a good attack, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I attack now, they're going to activate it, and it's just going to be bad news bears. So that's not attack. Then I might actually be able to withstand an attack. I am still in shock that they didn't see that they had lethal. So I only had 3 blockers, and they only needed 4 elves to get through. Unless I'm wrong, like, if you guys want to go back and replay and see if they had lethal, maybe they didn't, but to me it looked like they did. If they would have pumped Allosaurus, they would have had lethal. I don't think I have another one. Yeah, I should have 4 in my deck. I don't know. So what should we do? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got 10 creatures and this. So should I attack? I can make a big Hydra. I don't know if that's any good. Don't really have any good plays right now. What to do, what to do. I really wish I had a 4th of these in my deck. I can tap this and make a big Hydra. Let's do that. So 10. And then until I can turn, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can make this a 13. Just for... Let's do this. Autopay. Make that one big Hydra. It's really unfortunate it doesn't have trample. That would be a little overpowered, I guess. Alright. 12-12. You gotta block this. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the Lair of Hydra comes for you? That's just bad. I know, I could have made it a 13-13. Timer had me scared, man. Okay. Oh, you're going to take out multiple creatures? That's fantastic. The more creatures you take out, the better it is for me. I don't mind that one bit. The more creatures I have compared to you, my opponent, better the chances that I get through with lethal damage next turn. Okay, what are you going to do with 10? A lot of tapping happening. A lot of tapping happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wonder if I should have just attacked with everything. I don't know. Whoa! Okay. What is going on? Now they're just showing off. I don't like that they realize now how much power they can put on the board. Yeah. I really miss my bump creatures. Interesting. Not quite sure if that's the route I would go, but they might be looking for their Behemoth. Which, again, if they would just bump the Allosauruses and it swing full out, I'd probably be dead. Not sure why they're not doing that. Okay, I think they're going for it now. Let's see. I don't even know if I have enough blockers. We'll see. Oop. Oop. First, get the amount of blockers that I need. Go. Then we can decide what we want to let through. So if I do this, I take 11. I go down to 7. And... oh, I'm double blocking here. That's not necessary. So this is if I have everybody blocking. But do I want everybody blocking? Probably don't. Probably want to let one through. Just so that I have a creature on the board still. That's not going to be able to do any damage against these guys. It's kind of a bummer. So I think I'd rather keep the Llanowar Elves so I have some mana on the board. So I've got... pretty sure I just lost the game, but in reality I should have lost it several turns ago. I mean, again, Elves against Elves, you gotta draw these guys or the Warlord or whatever. So let's say this is 2, 3, 7. That's just not gonna cut it. My opponent definitely had slightly better deck building and having more of those, and being able to draw the guys that they can bump mana into to make your elves bigger. Without that, you're just not going to win. And Matt 85. This is my last game with elves for a little bit. On the draw with a decent hand, let's go ahead and keep. Honestly, I'm rocking a YOLO t-shirt, Rakdos avatar, and a red dragon. I should probably change that if I play this deck, but whatevs. Hopefully I draw a 1-drop next turn so I can go Elvish Warmaster into 1-drop. So back-to-back elves. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. So no 1-drop for me. So I still want to do this, because otherwise I get really far behind. Next turn I can collect a company. Yeah, that's pretty savage. I could block that knowing that they cannot kill both, but that just doesn't seem good. So we'll go ahead and take this damage for now. Another land's pretty sweet. I can cast this. I think we'll wait. See what they're going to do with 6 mana. Can only use that for creatures, though. Or activate abilities of creatures. Wow, I learned something new. This hasn't been around for very long. Alright, let's see what they'll do. I'll probably swing with everything. We'll do this, and I hope we don't whiff. It's pretty solid. So I think I grab this and this. And let's see what we need to block to survive. So this 5/9, 12's 21. So I need to block pretty much everything here. It's kind of a bummer. So let's see. Let's at least block here, and take 12. We're down to 1. I think that's what I should do. So here we go and do this. Yep. And we go ahead and do this. And then I don't think I can do anything right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got enough blockers at least, so hopefully they don't activate this again. So then it's going to be another blowout like the last game. It's not really doing it when it comes to the elf matchups right now, which is kind of a bummer. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just my draws or if I'm doing something incorrect. That's just painful. So let's see what we can do here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't have to lose them all. That's good. So we can take out this. I want to do that with this. And if I do damage here, that'll die. So really now I can just trade up. Because they will die because of the Clancaller, I believe. So we can do that. Here. I got 2 more blocks. It's kind of awkward. So let's do 1 here and the Jaspera Sentinel there. I feel like I'd rather kill this. Jump here. This should do it. At least do a decent trade. There we go. Okay, that's not terrible. We're in pretty decent shape. Yep, there we go. Okay, I don't feel too bad right now yet. Still okay. We're still okay. Sweet. Let's do this. We have the mana for that, so tap this and this. I can do that. I can play another one of this. Okay, so right now we're in pretty good shape. And if they don't attack again, which they probably won't, unless they have some kind of bump going on, I can actually get another Elvish Clancaller. So we're holding on for dear life right now. That's bad. That's so bad. Yeah, they drew the Allosaurus first. That's the game, unfortunately. Yeah, not much we can do about that. So we'll just go ahead and do some blocks. 5 blockers, see what happens. Yep, figure that would happen. So we'll go ahead and activate this. Yep. At least something. And then we're absolutely dead. Yeah, elves against elves, it just who draws the Allosaurus first, pretty much. I think that's what we've concluded. So yeah, just hit some best of 1 games with elves. I think if I can shore up my game in the mirror a little bit, I'll be in really good shape because I feel like everything but the mirror went quite well. Mono blue, they made a big mistake, but other than that, I think this deck's pretty solid. I think sideboard-wise, I can have some options in the mirror perhaps too, especially with the Ranger class being so good. Scavenging Ooze for some life gain. But yeah, the Allosaurus Shepherd is just brutal. So maybe that's a good reason to go black for a little bit of removal, because in the mirror that just absolutely hurts. But other than that, I enjoyed knocking out some quick best of 1 games. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you enjoy historic content, let me know. I don't mess with it a lot, but sometimes I like to jump into it a little bit. I know Jumpstart's coming out soon, so let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thank you, and I'll try to pop out another video next week. See ya.